Winter is a season of big changes. The air gets cold, snow might fall, ice can cover the roads. Knowing what kind of winter is coming is very important. Weather forecasts help us understand these changes. They are like a map for the months ahead. This map helps us plan and stay safe. It helps us prepare for what nature will bring. Families use them to decide when to buy warm winter coats. They help plan for school holidays or winter trips. If a big snowstorm is predicted, people can buy food. They can make sure they have batteries for flashlights. This preparation can make a big difference. It helps us manage through tough weather. Businesses also pay close attention to winter forecasts. A mild winter might mean less money for ski resorts. A very cold winter means people buy more heating fuel. Delivery companies need to know about snow and ice. Farmers need to know about frost to protect their animals or late crops. So when we hear about the winter forecast, it is more than just news. Our Earth's weather is like a giant puzzle. Many large pieces fit together to create what we experience. For winter, some of these pieces are very big. They are large patterns in the ocean and the air. One important pattern is called ENSO. This stands for El Niño Southern Oscillation. It happens in the Pacific Ocean. It can be El Niño, which is warmer ocean water, or it can be La Niña, which is cooler ocean water. These changes affect weather around the world. For the winter of 2025 to 2026, we are watching La Niña. It seems a weak to moderate La Niña is forming. La Niña often means changes in where storms go. It can make some places colder and snowier. It can make other places drier. Scientists study the ocean temperatures very carefully. They use satellites and buoys in the sea. This helps them predict if La Niña will be strong or weak. Another big weather shaper is the Arctic Oscillation. This is about air pressure over the Arctic. When it is in its negative phase, cold Arctic air can spill south. This can bring very cold temperatures to North America and Europe. When it is positive, the cold air stays more locked up in the Arctic. The United States is a very large country, so winter weather will be different in different parts. For the winter of 2025 to 2026, expect a lot of variety. In the Northeast, from Maine down to New York, it looks like a colder winter. There could be more snow than usual. People should be ready for some strong winter storms. This means having snow shovels ready. It also means thinking about heating bills, as they might be higher. Moving to the southeast, places like Florida and Georgia might see a milder winter. Temperatures could be near average or a bit warmer. This does not mean no cold days at all, but the very harsh cold is less likely here. There might be more rain in some parts of the southeast. In the Midwest and the Great Plains, winter will likely feel like winter. Expect cold temperatures and periods of snow. There is a chance for some strong blizzards. Out west, the story is different again. California might see more rain and mountain snow. Ski resorts in the Rockies could see good snowfall. Canada is known for its winters. The winter of 2025 to 2026 will continue this tradition. Most of the country can expect a cold and snowy season. Eastern Canada, including Quebec and the Atlantic provinces, is likely to see significant snowfall. Temperatures will be below average for much of the winter. This means people will need their warmest clothes. Cities like Montreal and Halifax should prepare for a classic Canadian winter. Ice storms could also be a concern in some areas. Central Canada, which includes Ontario and the prairie provinces like Manitoba and Saskatchewan, will also face a cold winter. There will be periods of very cold Arctic air. Wind chill will make it feel even colder. Snowfall will be variable. Some areas might get a lot, others less. In Western Canada, British Columbia will have a slightly different winter. The coast, including Vancouver, will be milder than the rest of Canada. However, it could still be cooler and wetter than average due to La Niña. The mountains in British Columbia and Alberta are expecting a good ski season. Across the far north, in territories like Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut, winter is a way of life. Canadians are resilient. Europe's winter in 2025 to 2026 will show many different faces. In Northern Europe, including the United Kingdom, Ireland, and Scandinavia, the winter could be quite stormy. There is a chance of strong winds and heavy rain at times. Temperatures might swing back and forth. Some weeks could be mild, others quite cold with snow, especially in Scandinavia. The North Atlantic Oscillation will play a big role here. Its changes can shift the weather quickly. Central Europe, covering countries like Germany, France, and Poland, is likely to see a mixed winter. There will be periods of cold weather with snow. This will be especially true for areas near the Alps, which should get good snow for skiing, but there could also be milder spells. It might not be consistently cold all winter long. Southern Europe, around the Mediterranean Sea, usually has milder winters. Countries like Spain, Italy, and Greece can expect this to continue. However, there is a risk of some heavy rainfall events. Eastern Europe, including countries like Ukraine and parts of Russia, is bracing for a colder than average winter. Section 6. Winter's Touch. How the weather affects our daily routines. Winter weather changes how we live each day. Travel is one of the first things affected. Snow and ice can make roads very dangerous. Cars can slip and slide. This can cause accidents and traffic jams. Many people might choose to stay home. Public transport like buses and trains can also face delays. Sometimes tracks freeze or roads are blocked. Airports can close if there is too much snow or ice. This means flights are canceled or delayed, changing many travel plans. Our use of energy also changes a lot in winter. When it gets cold outside, we need to heat our homes. This means furnaces and heaters work much harder. This uses more gas, oil, or electricity. Energy bills can go up a lot. Sometimes strong winter storms can damage power lines. This can cause power outages, leaving homes cold and dark. Having extra blankets and flashlights is very important during these times. Winter can also affect our health. Cold weather can make some illnesses like the flu spread more easily. It is important to wash hands often and stay warm. Slipping on ice is a big risk in winter. This can cause broken bones or other injuries. The shorter days and less sunlight can also make some people feel a bit sad. Section 7. Getting your home and family ready for winter's arrival. Preparing your home for winter is a very smart step. Before the cold arrives, check your heating system. Make sure it is working well. You might need a professional to service it. Good insulation in your walls and attic can save a lot of energy. It keeps the warm air inside and the cold air out. Check your windows and doors for any gaps. Sealing these gaps can stop cold drafts. This will make your home much cozier and save money on heating bills. It is also wise to prepare an emergency kit for your home. This kit should have things you might need if the power goes out. Include flashlights with extra batteries. Have warm blankets and a first aid kit. Stock some non-perishable food that does not need cooking. Bottled water is also important. A battery-powered radio can help you get updates if the internet is down. Keep this kit in a place where everyone in the family can find it easily. Don't forget about your car if you have one. Winter roads can be tricky. Consider getting winter tires if you live in a snowy area. Section 8. Nature's winter preparations clues all around us. Long before we check weather forecasts, nature starts to prepare for winter. Animals and plants have their own ways of getting ready. Some animals, like bears and groundhogs, eat a lot in autumn. They build up fat to help them sleep through the winter. This long sleep is called hibernation. Other animals, like many birds, fly south to warmer places. This is called migration. They travel thousands of miles to find food and escape the cold. Many animals that stay for the winter grow thicker fur. Deer, foxes, and squirrels all get a winter coat. This extra fur helps them stay warm in the freezing temperatures. Squirrels and chipmunks are busy in the autumn. They gather nuts and seeds. They hide them in many different places. This is their food supply for the winter when food is hard to find. Even insects have ways to survive. Some lay eggs that hatch in spring. Others find tiny shelters to wait out the cold. Plants also change as winter approaches. Many trees lose their leaves. Deciduous trees like maples and oaks show beautiful colors in autumn. Then their leaves fall to the ground. Section 9. Embracing winter. Finding warmth and joy in the cold season. So, the winter of 2025 to 2026 looks to bring a mix of conditions. Some areas will see more snow and cold. Other places might have a milder season. Remember, these are forecasts. They give us the best idea based on current science. But weather can always surprise us. It is good to be prepared for different possibilities. Staying informed through local weather updates is always a good idea as winter unfolds. This helps us adjust our plans day by day. The main message is to be ready, but not to worry too much. Winter has its challenges like icy roads and cold winds, but with good preparation, we can handle them. We can keep our homes warm and our families safe. We can make sure our cars are ready for winter driving. Community spirit is also important. Helping neighbors, especially those who might need extra support, makes winter better for everyone. Winter is not just about cold and snow. It is also a season of beauty and joy. Think of the quiet stillness after a fresh snowfall. Imagine cozy evenings spent indoors with family and friends.